Woof, 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 woof. Everybody got a dog. Get in my truck. Oh, here comes the tow truck guy. Better go faster than him, huh? Oh boy. I'm a real speed demon, huh? Let's see what we find over here. Looks like it's kind of been gone through, but oh, out of season stuff, huh? Kind of a nightmare before Christmas type of deal here. Halloween and old tube TV. Nobody wants those. More Christmas decorations. Some famous helium steel. I'm not going to cut the cord on the TV. I feel like I'm being watched. That's a bad move on the right to go and do that. I'll let somebody else do that. Yep, power steering pump is groaning along. It's got a fluid leak in the hose. There's so many things that are broken in my life that, you know those dispenser things that say take a number, take a ticket. Well, that's order number 5,622. Take a number and have a seat. The line goes out the door, around the front, and then around the block. Oh, the wife is calling. I'm not answering. I like the new iOS software where, before a telephone call would interrupt the video, and now you don't have to put it on airplane mode. You can just ignore the phone call and it doesn't knock out the video. And I don't know. Looks like pickings are extraordinarily slim on this Mother's Day Eve. I'm gonna head home and stop at a fast food place and feed the child, I guess. I don't know. See y'all. Oh yes, the old Kirby. That Kirby's worth $2,000. Trust me, they're not. This must be all the attachments. You could get $3 grand for that. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Vintage Schwinn Continental. Speed with a generator. Wow, what a relic. It's a men's version too, which is about 5 times more rare than the women's version. For some reason, I don't know why. Time to load it up. Tires don't look bad. They're both flat though, obviously. Looks like it didn't sit outside either. What a shame. Alright, we're back here at the compound. There's some trashy bits right there. Not sure what they're gonna do. Each move is like I don't know. I never have a set plan, which I guess would be helpful. Although the lifestyle I live doesn't lend itself to a solidified plan of action, because everything is just kind of chaotic, like it's always been. That's some heavy duty wire. I got quite a bit of it. I guess it could be scrap, but I hate to part with something that I might regret throwing away. That's a solid hunk of brass right there. When I was scooping, this is like the forward part of a cab corner for a Chevy. There you go. Orientated correctly. I guess that's the body mount hole. Although that's the part that doesn't really rust out very often. It's this part that rusts out. The forward part right here, even though everything else is like completely routed away, the forward part is fairly intact. Drives me crazy because, like, the doors aren't even rusted at all. Just this section of the body of the vehicle totally rusted away. Well, I have to release the Kraken. Whatever the heck that's supposed to mean. Release the Kraken! What is that? I'm watching one of the latest scrap farm videos, and he has use of, or whatever, he has a Snap-on brand tire changing mounting machine. And on my channel, I got one for free that I haven't successfully gotten into the shop. I was watching, I didn't know really what this thing was, and it's called a helping hand. And after I moved it around, it used to be over there on it, and somehow or another worked its way over here, and now I can't even move it out of the way. I don't know enough about this stuff. Somehow or another, I don't know. Don't know. Just thought I'd show it. It weighs about 600 pounds, and I have no clue how to get any further or closer to the shop door, let alone get it inside. So that's the update on that. Drill there. Found a couple of toolboxes. You know what the real test is? Is there a 10 millimeter? That's all standard. Of course there isn't, because it's all standard. Oh well. For some reason the 10 millimeter is always missing. What's this one got? The 10 millimeter is still there. No, head fake. So 30 seconds in the 10 millimeter spot. That's a 9 millimeter, and well, apparently there are no 10 millimeters in here. 3As. Nope. How about over here? Nope. Wow. That's the first to leave, is the 10 millimeter. There's that $2 million Kirby right there. You could sell that for $1,000. I don't know. People must know different people than I know, because anytime I ever try to list something like that, I don't even get any Not one nibble. Like when I first started my YouTube channel, I swear I had about 15 of these things. Because people are like, don't throw away the Kirby! Okay. Now, I end up keeping the Kirby and it ends up being Hoarderville. So I just end up throwing away the Kirby. Because the Kirby equates just that much more clutter, right? Needless to say, I still have about, well, with that one right there, I probably have about four or five of them. Mr. Scrappity, that's another YouTube channel. He's got like, on his Facebook account, he's got like 3 of them lined up in his backyard. Why is there a brick in here? Well, it came with the scrap. It's going to leave with the scrap. There's the heavy parts. I've got quite a few Barbies. I guess we will list them eventually soon. When I got time, whenever that is. Could be never. I've been wanting to empty this truck out, and I'm defeating my own self. I've been wanting to get these vehicles going, this one especially, since before I started my YouTube channel. I used to fill this thing. I used to fill this thing like 3 times a week. And I just never seem to be able to get enough money together to get it going. You could sell 20 cars! Well, then the wife and the family would have their hand out. Where's that money? Because the needs and the wants are outstripping the supply of cash coming in. Like today I spent $50 on fuel driving around my scrap truck, chauffeuring various members of the family around. My little guy to school, the wife to her work. I gotta drop her off, and I gotta drive back home. Then I gotta pick up my daughter and take her to school, because she should have a car, but she doesn't have a car right now. I promised her a car, and well, I never finished working on it, so there goes that one. Well, like, Mr. Scrappity's got a daughter like 16 years old, and she don't drive. My daughter's got a license, but she ain't driving right now because Pops right here hasn't had sufficient time or money to address the problem properly, because I don't want to just throw her in any wagon and send her off Bon Voyage, because she'll be joining the rest of the crew. Broke down someplace. So I was going to give her the pickup truck, but I noticed the brake line. Oh, why did that wood break in half? Darn it. Yeah, I noticed the brake line is broke. So, I don't think she's going to be driving that. That's the thing with these older pickup trucks. They have problems with the brake lines and the fuel lines and all that. Oh, it would be just so much nicer if I could just load these wagons directly and not have to throw the stuff on the ground. It isn't the case. And I've been wanting to. Well, I got a pain in my back, right below my shoulder blade, on the right side. I don't know what that is. I've had it for years, like, you know, just, it's like a dull pain, like when I feel like an adrenaline rush. Or after eating crappy food. Or any food for that matter. Because as you all know, we don't have a stove at home. So there's no way of really cooking food other than a microwave. You find all kinds of stoves, King. Yeah, but we don't have cooking gas. So since we don't have cooking gas, we do have a physical stove, but since there's no cooking gas, it doesn't operate. So, several years ago, even though we don't owe the gas company any money, they showed up in front of the house and they dug up the gas line and removed the gas meter. Saying that they had orders to do so. And the guy wouldn't specify, and when we called the gas company, we got a runaround. Mafia stuff, like I was listening on the radio about, like those gambling and gaming machines, like in the town of Cicero and McCook, before gaming was legal in Illinois. All these like little crappy bars would have they'd have video poker machines, but they weren't supposed to pay out. It was all mafia crap. Like, what the hell do they do with the money? I don't see any evidence of like, wow, look at that stuff. That's brand new. Oh, look. Where's the money go? What do these people eat the money or something? Where's this money go? What's with the gambling? I mean, how much are these people winning anyway? Well, it's always been a thing. I don't know, I swear to God, it's a scourge. And like, Illinois is like the last place that should have made gambling legal. Especially in Chicago, because it's legendarily corrupt all the way to the core. And for some reason, it always attracts the mafia. Like, what do those morons do with the money? Where does it go? I don't never see. You never see like the results of all that cash. I mean, we used to have like horse racing and stuff like that in the state. I don't know if they still do, but that was always corrupt. Betting on horses and stuff like that. I think it still is. Like they had that, what, the Kentucky Derby, and how many horses kicked the bucket because of that. Quite a few, I think. What the heck does the mafia do with the money? What does the cartel do with all their dope money? Where's it all go? I don't see any results. I don't see any big shiny buildings and like when a mega corporation earns a lot of money, you see the results of the wealth. There's like thousands of people employed. There's an obvious product. There's physical infrastructure that you can see with a name on it. The mafia gets a hold of something that's like that steak and egger. If you've ever seen those places, it's a complete hellhole. The most dive of a restaurant a dive could be. I think there's one in like Cicero, and there's a couple other ones. We got some cement shoes for you, Vinny, maybe. Why? Vinny, I never see the results of the money. What are you doing with the money, Vinny? Where's the money going? What are you buying with it? Alright, enough of that. It's just crap that drives me nuts. Is that what you want to hear a YouTuber talking about? I gotta get in shape, man. I could just feel my 300 plus pounds dragging me. I keep saying I want to lose weight, but I just don't seem to be able to bring up the gumption like Paul from Pallet Man videos. He's eating good and losing weight. I did do it once, like about 10, 12 years ago. There was a weight loss contest, and there was 20 people involved in it. I won like $1,500 because there was like only a first place prize. And I lost the most percentage of weight out of everybody in the contest. And my secret was, well, first, the wife was involved in it, and she got mad at me because I wouldn't do the diet with her, okay, because it wasn't working. We were like eating healthy and eating right, and after a couple of weeks, I only lost like about 5 or 6 pounds, and I wasn't cheating. I'm like, all right, enough of this. I'm just not going to eat. Nothing. Not even one M&M candy. Nothing. 0. I ate nothing. And when I mean nothing, I ate nothing. Not even one Cheerio. Nothing. Not one chip. Not one morsel. That's what I knew in the back of my head. That's what it takes for this body to lose weight. It's like to not eat at all. So I didn't eat. And let me tell you, the weight went like this, like stair step down. It just kept coming off though. At first 3-4 days of doing it, I lost maybe about 12 pounds. Then it like slowed down. I lost maybe like 3 pounds over 3 days. Then it started speeding up again. And not eating a morsel. It took me 40 days. So by about, I would say by about maybe the 30, well, no, by about the 25th day, I kind of felt like weirdly flush. And then the feeling went away. And by about like the 32nd or 33rd day, I started feeling kind of weak. And I don't know, by the 35th day, I wasn't delirious, but it was like suddenly I didn't have any energy at all. Like zero. So for a couple of days there, I had like almost no energy whatsoever. And then like the last few days, like I hit like a rebound. And by about the 39th or 40th day, I'm like, I really can't go on any further doing this. But I really couldn't eat hardly. I had a couple of bread sandwiches. Bread and I remember putting not even cheese on there. I put bread and a little bit of ketchup and mustard on there, and I ate that. I think I ate 2 of them, and I was full. And within a week, I was back to eating McDonald's, and I put on all the weight, pretty much all the weight, just by doing that. So, let's see what the pallet man is doing. Well, that looks like Sammy's cat, huh? No, that's a scary cat. What the heck? Boo. It took a real lot of willpower at first, but once you're doing it like that, you can just keep going. It's the first 3 days are really hard, and then your body gets used to not eating, and then maybe by day 10, it starts getting hard again to do. And then, for a couple of days, and then you kind of rebound from that. And, you get kind of hungry again, like about day 20. And after that, it's not hard to do again. It's weird. It comes in waves. Not sure what the mechanics are of doing that. I guess they say you don't do stuff like that. I guess, I don't know. Potassium or something like that. But it didn't cause me any health issues whatsoever. So I didn't really lose any muscle. I don't know. Maybe I did, but I didn't realize it. I don't know. I'm just as weak as ever. like, I don't really have the kind of strength I should have in my arms. Like when I lift a heavy appliance, I'm not even lifting it with my arms. My arms and legs are kind of weak for a guy my size. It's my back and belly that are strong. Boy, I made a mess out of the ground now. I didn't totally empty out the truck for a million different reasons that I'm not going to get into. My little stash corner here for various tools and trinkets. Like I've been wanting to paint parts of the inside of the house. I found that roller right there. That comes under the heading of free over good. Is it good? But it was free. Is it good? It might be good. Might not be. King, that's a perfectly good square. Man, I know. I'm aware. Well, I'm telling you, it would be remarkably easier to get stuff done if I had my trucks going. You could scrap that car. I can't find the title. Then cut it up. That's a lot of work. The amount of work cutting a car up is like probably, for me, okay, it's probably about 10 times as hard as like finding stuff, random stuff like that at the curb. Well, if you had the right tools. Well, I don't have the right tools. All you need is a... Yeah, I know. When you go and do that to a car, you also end up with a lot of garbage. Like so much garbage that... I'm talking, like tires, glass, plastic, seats, interior. You end up with so much that it's difficult to get rid of that much waste at a scrapyard. City of Des Plaines. Well, I could go back out. I don't know. I actually need a trash bin for the random bits of aluminum that I'm accumulating. I've been working on clearing out the inside of the warehouse for the longest time and cleaning up this part of the yard. How are you going to do it when you keep bringing stuff here? Well, there's a couple of things. I need fresh material coming in, because when you get closer and closer down to the core of the crap that's here, the amount of income that I'm bringing in each day dwindles significantly to the point where I'm making less than I'm spending. And that ends up being a problem. What I'm spending, it's like today I've spent $50 in fuel driving, like I was talking about earlier, driving family members around in my scrap wagon, using it as a taxi cab. The wife's car is broke. I don't have one of those scan tool computers. I don't know. Put it this way, this man is not talented at all. So I have to wait for a moment when I have sufficient time to justify. Like so far this year, I haven't had the entirety of one day all to myself, like from morning, noon to nighttime, entirely to myself. Like I have to, I don't know. If any of you guys actually are scrappers and you really do work just for yourself and that's the only thing you do, you're working for yourself. And when you work for yourself, you cannot be a clock watcher. Because the moment you are a clock watcher, it's over with. It's like you're working for the man. The moment you have to keep an eyeball on the clock, you have man-made artificial limitations put upon yourself. But that's the things we do when we have family and we're married. There are things we must work through. Or we could be, unmarried and alone, and I don't know, wherever we fall down on the ground, that's where we will rot, because there won't be six. There won't be six to carry us. Just friends, maybe, if they're around. Well, I mean, then again, family, there's no guarantee that they'd be around. People get divorced and stuff like that, or many other things. Families fight with each other, and they don't stick together. So you can win that argument with me just by saying that. My latest battle is just making sure my one kid graduates this year. This is not looking promising. I will blame something, rightfully so. The pandemic had a lot to do with it. Because it's not just my kid, it's a lot of kids. They weren't in school. They were doing remote learning. I mean, I know they've done that for decades in Australia, like in the outback. But we're not in the outback. We're not in Australia. So the concept of remote learning is slightly foreign. Yeah, well, enough of that remote learning thing. I just gotta pull through the next week or so, week or two, next couple of weeks, and may all things be good, I guess. Or not. So this place is we're gonna have a YouTuber reunion, I guess, in about a month or so, something like that. I thought for sure I'd have this place all ship shape and shiny. We're nowhere near that. Matter of fact, I think I'm further behind than ever before. Say it isn't so, yeah. That bag it's heavy. What the heck is in there? Trusty magnet. Any scrapper's friend, I guess, right? Oh. Dusty. Like that barbecue grill dust. Oh well, another day has gone by with this thing not running. Looks like a nickel. That's a penny. It's kind of worn down. You ever go to any of these fast food places and they want you to round up to the nearest dollar? Hey, how about you if you round down, man? All right, if it's 50 cents, like $5.50 or less, round it down. And if it's $5.50 or more, round it up to $6. Either way, I'm not for it. Whether it's in your favor at that moment or not. I worked hard for that money. And you're just gonna take it like what's wrong? Hey, let's if we're gonna play that game, it's gonna have to go two ways. But the way they catch you is like, would you care to round up for blah 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 charity? So they got you. Then if you say no, you wonder if your food's getting spit on, or you also feel like I don't know, like a tightwad. You're not parting with a few pennies or as much as like 50 cents to some charity. I should actually take this thing home. My intent is to sell it. I don't know. Never got the deck for that. As I kind of figured that would happen. Never got the deck. Each time it falls on something, it gets chipped more and more. So the value keeps dropping. You know, it's just the way things get handled. Like I always say in every video, it never dries out here completely, like to the point where it's dusty. Some more copper bits. Guess I'll use that to pay a bill, huh? What's in here? Just water. Can you see that? See how it's orangey on the bottom? That's tap water from my house. And the rust. Look at that, see? The rust has settled to the bottom. How cloudy that is now. I would say the water is unfit for drinking, really. But that's our tap water. Is motor oil or transfer? See, I don't know. I think it. That's the thing with the labels falling off. Oh, okay, this is motor oil. I don't know, leave that there, I guess. Now maybe I'll take it more with. I put this in my. Oh, that's close up. There we go. Put this in my power steering. I don't have any power steering fluid, but this works. Seems like it's a little thinner and it escapes through the leak a little easier. I don't know. It's getting full back here again. Price is up. I like how the sun is up before sunset is after 8 o'clock. Hey, over in Great Britain, the sun goes down after 9 o'clock now, or thereabouts, pretty close to it. I think their longest day, the sun sets at around like 10. And the sun gets up at like 3:30 or something like that. So you only have like 5 hours of dark. Guess that offsets the long winter nights, which theirs are a little longer than ours. Like 12 hours, 11 hours, something like that. 12. Oh, more than that. Strike that. More like 14 hours. 15 hours of darkness. There you go. Like around Christmas time. 15 hours of night. Wow. That's a lot. I'm beat just from that little bit of activity. I'm plumb tuckered. I have to sit down for a moment. It is pretty warm out, so that like I hope this wasn't like my kids' homework. Uh-oh. Oh, this is her speech for graduation. My freshman year was as everyone in this graduating class was unique. The first semester I was en route to having a normal high school experience. But it got derailed. Yeah, mother effers. Those mother effers. Those bastards. Who's this coming back here? They were coming back here. And they stopped when they seen the car here. Why? Why were they coming back here? See, I can't fire up my car fast enough. What were they coming back here for? See, it's like nonsense like that you got to worry about, you know what I mean? Like, what you coming back here for? Ever since they built that Amazon building, an MRE. That's somebody in the army. What the heck? Why were you coming back here? As soon as they seen there was a guy here, they backed up and took off. Mostly rubber and plastic, but there's steel on it. It's scoopable. get rid of these somehow. What were they doing back here? I didn't even know my kid wrote that. I find that note laying on the floor of my car or on the seat. Those lousy bastards. Well, anyway, got a leak in this module here. My guy that's a mechanic said that. He's like, "Are you sure it's not the master cylinder?" I'm like, "I'm sure. 110% sure." "How about a brake line?" I'm like, I don't think so. Kind of unlikely. I mean, it's possible. It's entirely possible, but I kind of doubt it. I like to get my finger on that right there. Feels like there's a chip in the paint, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, when I depress on the brake pedal, this top right here, the aluminum part, is flooded with brake fluid.